church. I'm going to open this up with a more Shemaggin prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation, by night and by day, through the prophets. First, I'll rise, giving perfect and infinite praises to Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Everything that's Moorish, honors to all children, sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, made the way. Honors to Brother Marcus Messiah Garden Bay. Started in Moorish Science in started UNIA in 1914. Honors to him as being John the Baptist's return for the forerunner of the Jesus of Prophet as Prophet Noble Ali. Today's show is Think and Ask. When you read something, you have to really see if there's subliminal messages. You have to take everything that you're reading in consideration of what's really the hidden agenda. These are things that you have to think about. Nevertheless, you have to not only question things that you don't understand, but doing your homework and research. When you see things like things you can't explain, I just think that sometimes we gotta hold ourselves accountable for the information we receive, because if we parakeet something that's not true and we get called out on it, and that means that we have no hearts and minds to sympathize with the one who is being slandered, and defamation of character, and all these so-called political views that has no purpose in his hearts and minds of the just. But yet we all have to think what is the right thing to do before we commit some type of act or heinous crime, and to victimize and harm someone else. You ever wonder, you go into a certain area, you have to be concerned about why your energy is being stripped from you? It's because there's a certain frequency that drains your energy. And this is just something that, based on what I'm feeling right now. Earlier today, I didn't feel this. I was feeling great. Now all of a sudden, I feel like I want to take a rest or take a nap or something. Oh yeah, Islam, heaven high, Cam Crazy, how you doing? Islam, peace and love. We have to be mindful of certain energy forces that will really literally zap you with your energy. Just like how a few minutes ago I was feeling drowsy, all of a sudden now I'm alert. It's because we got these microwave transmitted towers that have these frequencies that bring us bodily harm to certain situations. But at the end of all that, now the question is, what can you do to counteract that? Do you have any copper on you? What do you have? But there's things you need to read, and there's things you need to question. such as religious texts. But yet this was very strong on my heart and mind. Being a big Bible reader and all. How can one man develop an organization of Christianity which has no basis of truth whatsoever? How can you prove that the disciples were Christians? I mean, how would you know that Jesus was not a Christian? His disciples never called themselves Christians. Christianity is a man-made religion that was put in the forefront to use to keep the slaves subservient to their will. Yeah, Heaven High, Unity. I see you. Don Quan. Okay, Islam. Peace and love. There's a lot of things that we need to strongly take into consideration. We have to take ourselves out of certain equations to better benefit our thinking. If there's a situation that's toxic, all it's going to do is drain your energy. I've been around toxic people, and man, they drain me. I mean, they really do. But at the end of the day, you got to be very careful of what or who is in control of our society. When we find out who's in control of our society, we tend to have a different way of thinking, different way of eating, different way of resting. But at the end of the day, we can't sit here and try to force information down someone who doesn't want to accept it. It's better to sometimes not always be around friends, but it's a beautiful Sunday today. But your food for thought of the day has everything to do with how can you better yourself? When we start listening to people's conversations and listen to what people have to say, people tend to tell on themselves until they lose hope. But ones who are trying to tell the boss man what to do and how it should go and how the system is, we're pretty much not going to last too long. We're not going to last too long because we don't know how to think for ourselves. We're told and taught what to think. Now, until the day you open up your eyes, your heart, mind, you see where certain situations and where things we have to escape from. Certain situations does not always have need to evolve around retaliation. lived in life long enough to understand that things are not what it's cracked up what it is or what it needs to be. Sometimes you have to take a step back and observe your behavior. Now, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but it is what it is. But in other words, so it's about that time to make this show short. I gotta take care of some stuff today, so I can get back on this road and do what I gotta do. Being held accountable for your own actions is everything. Because if you don't, someone's going to put you in your place and check your actions for you. I'm not going to be the one to do it. Somebody else will. So with that being said, y'all do the best y'all can at being the best person you can be without doubt or contradiction. There's nothing wrong with trying to assist or love people, but don't let other people control your emotions and your actions, or you lose yourself. That's what y'all need to be focused on. Alright, y'all, I'm about to take care of some business. So y'all be safe. Peace and love. Enjoying this nice breeze today. Closes out with a more Shemaiah prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. This holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amin, Islam. Alright, y'all. Peace and love.